Hi, kindergartners. How are you today? Well, today is Wednesday, and it's the last school day of this week. We had school Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Think about the word Wednesday. What's the first sound that you hear? W, Wednesday. W makes that sound. And again, we are going to take a look at different ways of learning our letters and their sounds. So let's look at what we have today. You have been able to see a few different ways. I hope you liked this game both Friday and Tuesday, was it? Oh, I can't remember. No, it was Monday and Tuesday. Oh, maybe I said that wrong the other day. Well, this is what we did yesterday, and this is what we are doing today. So we have a wiggle. Actually, it's a movement song that focuses on the first letter of words, but you get to move along with it. Then we have an ABC chart, and this is a very common chart that some of you actually might have or have seen before. And then we have an ABC book, which is a really fun alphabet book. So let's get ready to do that. And then your activity for today will be just a little bit different. So let's go ahead. Whoops. I went too far. Now I have to go ahead again. So let's listen to the wiggle.
Children's songs, sing and move along. Children's songs, make your brain and body strong. You say what I say right after me. You move like I move, just follow me. Let's have lots of fun, play this way. Play with words, I call it wordplay. Repeat after me and move. March, march, march.
Can you say that? March.
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 Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Whoop, whoop, wiggle.
Wiggle. Wiggle.
Whoop, whoop, wiggle.
Wiggle.
Turn, 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 turn.
Turn. Turn.
Jump, jump, jump,
Jump.
jump,
Jump.
jump,
Jump.
bop,
Bop.
bop,
Bop.
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 Disco, disco, disco,
Disco.
disco,
Disco.
disco, disco. Play with words, I call it wordplay. If you
Okay, so that was another way of learning our sounds and the letters. Now, he did not really tell us about the letters, but we could see the letter that he was talking about because it was flashing, wasn't it? So let's look next. Here's an ABC chart. Today, we are going to say apple, B, ball. C, cat. D, dog. E, elephant. F, fish. G, goat. H, hat. I, igloo. J, jar. K, kangaroo. L, lion. M, mouse. N, nuts. O, octopus. P, pig. Qu. Oh, I messed up. I said the sound instead of the letter. But do you know it's important to know both? Q, qu, queen. R, rabbit. S, sun. T, turtle. U, umbrella. V, vest. W, walrus. X, x-ray. Y, yo-yo. Z, zebra. And let's listen to our Dr. Seuss ABC, an amazing alphabet book.
Hey there, welcome to the kindergarten, where we grow creativity and imagination. Today, we're going to read ABC by Dr. Seuss. ABC by Dr. Seuss, an amazing alphabet book. Big A, little a. What begins with A? Aunt Annie's alligator. A. Big B, little b. What begins with B? Barber, baby, bubbles, and bumblebee. Big C, little c. What begins with C? Camel on the ceiling? C, s, k. Big D, little d. What begins with D? Donuts and a duck dog? D, d. Big E, little e. What begins with E? Ear, egg, elephant? E. Big F, little f. What begins with F? 4 fluffy feathers on a feff. Big G, little g. What begins with G? Goat and goo goggles. G. Big H, little h. What begins with H? Hungry horse, hen in hat. H. Big I, little I. What begins with I? Itchy, Ichabod. I. Big J, little j. What begins with J? Jerry Jordan's jelly jar? J. Big K, little k. What begins with K? Kangaroo and kite? K. Big L, little l. What begins with L? Lion with a lollipop. L. Big M, little m. What begins with M? Mice in the moonlight. M. Big N, little n. What begins with those? 9 new neckties, nightshirt nose. Big O, little o. What begins with O? Ostrich, oil, orange owl. O. Big P, little p. What begins with P? Painting some pajamas pink? P. Big Q, little q. What begins with Q? The quick queen of Quincy and her quacking quackaroo. Big R, little r. What begins with R? Rosie's red rhinoceros? R, R. Big S, little s. What begins with S? Sammy's sipping soda pop? S, S. Big T, little t. What begins with T? 10 tired turtles on a tuttle tuttle tree? Big U, little u. What begins with U? Uncle Ub's umbrella and his underwear too.
Oh, his long underwear.
Big V, little v. What begins with V? Verna Vera Vin and her violet violin? Big W, little w. What begins with W? Willie's in the wash tub washing Waldo Woo. Big X, little x. What begins with X? X-ray and xylophone. X, Z, X. Big Y, little y. What begins with Y? A yawning yellow yak with Yolanda on his back? Big Z, little z. What begins with Z? A zizzer zazzer zuzz, as you can plainly see. The end.
Okay. So today, when you go to your seesaw activity, you are going to be asked to think about the shapes that you see in the letters. So I want you to think back to Matman, because in our letters we have a big C curve and a little C curve, and they can go both directions. Okay, we also have big lines down and little lines down, and they can make all kinds of letters. So I want you to think, when you are touching the letters and making them, think about, and you can even say out loud, little C curve, little line down, or big line down, little C curve. There are lots of ways to help you remember how to make those letters too. There's so much to do with letters. We need to see them. We need to name them. We need to know what sounds they make. We also need to make them. Oh my goodness, there's so much. But you keep practicing. You're doing a great job. And I'll see you next time. Bye.